Theories about the end of the world have always been around. However, according to TikTok, that could happen this Sunday, April 23, due to a solar storm. While the discourse is extremely alarming, there's some sort of scientific background to it. Theories about the end of the world have always been around, as Nostradamus' predictions, for example. However, on TikTok, a new conspiracy theory saying that an apocalypse of some sort will happen this Sunday, April 23, has been gaining traction, especially among Spanish-language users, as the main source seems to be the account at Las Cápsulas del Tiempo. The speculation surrounding the supposed end of the world is centered around a supposed very intense solar storm that could potentially unleash multiple and serious problems in the world, such as a technological failure that will cut off the energy of the entire world. If the plot sounds familiar, if because it resembles the Y2K theory of an internet collapse, which is now inspiring a new movie by A24. However, while this new theory is only internet discourse, as there is no way to predict a solar storm, that doesn't mean that the scientific background isn't there. Actually, we don't know yet the full effects a solar storm could have on the planet. Can solar storms affect the Earth? Solar storms are nothing new. Per D.W., astronomer Samuel Heinrich Schwab discovered in 1843 that solar activity followed certain patterns, and it peaked about every 11 years. Actually, last year, NASA captured the images of the smiling sun, which were basically the coronal holes. The coronal holes of the sun can only be seen in ultraviolet light and are regions where fast solar wind gushes out into space, NASA wrote in the tweet. They are more common during the periods of lower solar activity, and they can allow solar wind to escape more easily into space and even reach the Earth. Per DW, the strongest solar storm measured on Earth to date was the so-called Carrington event in 1859. The arrival of the solar particles caused failures in North American and European telegraph networks. Also, in 1989, a solar storm in Quebec, Canada, paralyzed the entire power grid and left some 6 million people sitting in the dark for 9 hours. So, while the world isn't going to end, there are potential risks. Also, let's take into account that no one can predict a solar storm, so there's no truth to the random date chosen for this theory.